So here are 10 questions you can ask vegans. If suffering is the core metric, then why ecological collapse from monoculture farming not a part of vegan conversations?
Because suffering is not the core metric. Veganism is about not enslaving, using, or exploiting animals. Framing it as being about reducing suffering completely misses the point. Once you understand that, issues like ecological collapse or monoculture farming are certainly important, but they are separate problems that don't change what veganism actually means. Hope this helps.
Question number 2. Is your stance purely based on measurable impact or a belief in an ideal that feels emotionally righteous?
It is based on a simple fact. Animals feel pain and are capable of suffering. Do you really need measurable impact or to feel emotionally righteous to know not to kick a dog? Some things are just fundamentally wrong, and exploiting animals is one of them.
Question 3. Do you recalibrate your ethics when vegan products heavily rely on exploitative labor, global shipping, and land displacement?
So do you really think exploitative labor, global shipping, or land displacement are problems unique to vegans? These are global systemic issues that span across every industry. While I appreciate that you expect veganism to solve all the worldly problems, that's not what it's about, and it never claimed to be. Also, do you think that because exploitation exists, we should continue deliberately enslaving, using, and exploiting animals? That logic just doesn't hold up.
Question number 4. If veganism is purely rational, then why does it often rely on guilt, moral branding, purity rituals? Very much like religion.
Veganism is a moral stance against the use and exploitation of animals. It's about awareness and accountability for the harm our choices cause. Are you seriously suggesting you're the victim here because you feel guilty? While animals are literally being killed for something you don't even need.
Question number 5. If abstaining from animal products is regarded as a solution, how does it prove that it solves the problem in its entirety?
So do you really think that any ethical stance has to solve the entire problem to be valid? Like, does not murdering someone only matter if it ends all violence forever? Veganism isn't about fixing everything. It's really about stopping your own participation in animal exploitation. That's the main idea. You might not be able to end all harm, but you can definitely stop contributing to it.
Question 6. Do you believe that compassion alone can override complex ecological systems and cultural realities?
No justice movement relies solely on compassion. It requires active action and the courage to challenge norms. It's about aligning our behavior with our values and recognizing that causing unnecessary harm is never justified by culture or convenience.
Number 7. If veganism is universal, then why does it thrive mostly in urban privilege and collapse in a rural or an indigenous setting?
Yes, and many rural or indigenous communities also don't have access to smartphones, cars, or modern medicine. Does that mean you should give those up too, just because they're not universal? Stop using other circumstances as an excuse to justify your own participation in animal exploitation.
Question 8. Is your moral clarity rooted in pure evidence or in faith that abstination from meat and dairy and adopting plant-based foods equals positive impact?
Not eating animals or animal products isn't the goal of veganism. It's simply the result of choosing not to participate in the deliberate use and exploitation of animals. Once you understand that, you realize it doesn't require faith or abstinence to stop taking what was never yours to begin with. Just like you don't need faith or restraint to avoid stealing or killing, you just know it's wrong.
Question 9. Do you acknowledge that food choices, whether vegan or not, are shaped by industrial manipulation and not pure ethics?
Absolutely. I actually 100% agree with this. In a world where meat, dairy, fish, and poultry are multi-billion-dollar industries built on hiding mass exploitation and suffering, I'm very aware of industrial manipulation. What's ironic, though, is that people question vegans, the ones challenging that system, instead of questioning the industries profiting from it.
Number 10. If veganism is all about reducing harm and suffering, then why does it ignore the psychological harm of moral absolutism and ideological rigidity?
Veganism is about refusing to take part in the deliberate exploitation of sentient beings for food, clothing, or entertainment. The discomfort we feel when facing the harm we participate in should drive us to change our actions, not become an excuse to play the victim while continuing the oppression. Be better, do better, go vegan.
Why not challenge your own stance and challenge your own audience? You are finished.